welcome to another weekend reading vlog from me, Johanna, me, my dog and books. It is middle of October. I am full spooky season. Wait till you see. I've got the creepy cauldron ambience on the telly. It's the Saturday morning, and this weekend, here's what we're all doing. Because you're coming with me, like I like to take you every weekend. So it's a relatively quiet. Tomorrow's busy, which you'll see snippets of, but I won't use too much because this is not a political channel. But today I am working on a weekend on-call shift I normally do like one a month. So working 10 till 1 this morning, just do it from home. So it's mostly like monitor social media and any sort of comms, media inquiries or anything that come in. So hopefully it's a quiet one. I get my time back, so that's fine. So I might take that closer to my birthday weekend, which is next month. And then I need to go and just top up on the fruit and veg. And the fact that I have a car now, because I've not had one, we got it last week? A week past Thursday. We've not had one since the beginning of August, so it made like popping out to top up your fruit and veg and all that a little bit more difficult. Just had to kind of plan it online. First world problems, not. So I'll go and do that. Maybe pop into the charity shop, as always. Take you with me, as always. And maybe get stuck into some reading, because this week I've not managed it, just with work's been so busy. And then by the time I get in, I had a book event. I'll show you some pictures of that later. I forgot to take some video. We went to see Donald Porter on Wednesday. Then just with, I had videos to edit and work has just been manic. Even though like most people have been off this week because it's the October half-term school holidays. So my diary's been neat and light, which is nice. I've finally managed to get some of that to do that I've not been able to get to for weeks. So anyway, it's been busy but productive. Then I might get into my cross stitch. We finally, because there was a sale on, we finally got a new dishwasher. We've not had one for months. So the result of that might be that I get back into my baking, because the kind of one thing with doing baking is you make a lot of mess, and having to manually wash up from that, first world problems and all, just always a bit off-putting. So now I can just shove it in the dishwasher. So might do a bit of baking today. We'll get a horror movie lined up. Last night we watched Renfield, which 2023 movie, came out, and it's got Nicholas Hoult, who back in the day was in the movie About a Boy, and then Nicolas Cage, and it's a funny vampire fantasy action. I enjoyed it. They always thought there was too much like action stuff, but honestly I thought it was a good laugh. So if you like that kind of thing, definitely check it out. I don't know what we'll watch tonight. We're hoping to watch Smile 2, but I don't think it's out streaming yet. We're still working our way through the Friday the 13th movies, and to be honest, I don't think they get any better. Ugh. I actually still try to understand who Jason is. Like, I'm not even sure what he is. Like Freddy, I know who you are. You're like a horrible, scary demon sort of monster from your dreams. Anyway, that's a discussion for another day. I'll show you the books I got at, well, one of the new books that I got at the book event with Donald Porter and Cecilia Aherne later. And then tomorrow I am volunteering at the Scotland's National Stop the War conference, which is all about bringing together anti-war activists to talk about all the wars going on, obviously some of the most prevalent ones, and how we can galvanise to push governments to change their actions. So I might show you a wee bit of that. That's not why you're here. So, but that's a full day for me tomorrow, because the conference is 12 till 5 and I'd be there for 11. So it's at Queen Margaret, it's Glasgow University Union, so it's in the West End. so maybe show you a wee bit around that area. If I get time, I might be full on just doing general dog's body work to help. Then I'll be pretty knackered after that, I suspect, but I'll try and check in. And then Monday is a free clear day, so I'll definitely be chatting to you more about books and come back to you, because I posted a video this week which was just a bookish chat, ramble chat with you, and some of you came back some really nice comments, so thank you, A, for watching, and B, for commenting. I love reading all your comments and coming back to you. I'm not the fastest, but I do come back to all your comments. So I caught up with them last night, and some of you had some great ideas for book videos and things like that, so I'll maybe chat to you about that a little bit later. I don't think I have anything to pick up from the library, but I did during the week, so I need to show you that. Just picked them up from Glasgow Libraries Goma, which is a library I like going to in my lunchtime if I'm in the office, because it's Goma, which is Gallery of Modern Art, so it's an art museum in the ground on the main like level and up, and then they've got a museum shop, and then downstairs in the basement is a library and cafe. It's a lovely venue. So when I reserve books, there's ones that I'll send either to say pick up there, because I know I'm in the office 2 days a week, or I'll pick it up to the other wee local one in the east end of Glasgow that I'll go to. And then there's North Lanarkshire libraries that I also go to. And do you know, I was thinking this morning, just rambling thoughts in my head, I've only ever actually been to the library in my own town, the kind of 2 ones, and then I thought, oh, there's other libraries like in North Lanarkshire that I've not physically been to, like Motherwell and a few others. I was like, I wonder if one day I'll just go around checking out all those libraries in my local authority out of genuine interest. Anyway, today I am going to continue some reading on my Kindle. I'd started this a couple of weeks ago and I've not picked it up since, not for any other reason than reading other like physical books. So it's At Home with the Horrors, which is a collection of kind of horror short stories, but I'm not a short story reader, like I'm not against them or anything, I just tend not to pick them up that often. This is really good. It's a lot of horror or dark stories about grief and loss and a lot of stuff. Can you hear that in the background? I'm loving it. So I'm only 40% in, so I'm going to read some of this. I'm also starting The Exorcist as a buddy read. I love the movie and I've never read the book. I've got an old copy somewhere and I need to find it. So I'm starting that today. So I'm going to read this. Have some of my coffee. There's somebody out and about. It's quite early, so always have a nosy. Have a morning coffee and then go for a run. Walk the doggos. Then get set up at my desk for 10 AM. I say my desk because it's Saturday morning. I'm just going to use the waitress office for this instead of my wee desk upstairs. So I'm going to do that. And then yes, most of the weekend is relatively unplanned. Well, you know, have ideas in my head, but enjoy it with me. I've came out to my usual running spot and it's damp and cool in autumnal and I'm loving it. I'm listening to Invocations, which I have a very pretty evernight edition of, and I'm really enjoying it. It's much more fantasy, sort of supernatural than I'm used to, but I'm liking the 3 female main characters. They're coming together with their own backstories, some sapphic vibes, some really good interesting societal commentary about women and their ability or lack of ability to go out walking in the dark, running, especially at this moment in time in the story, because there's like what we are soon discovering, a supernatural serial who is taking something from these women. So at the moment there's like, the people are saying, yeah, women should have a curfew, you know. It reminds me of the stuff back in the 70s. where a lot of British women had to do reclaim the night because there were serial killers going about, and women had to stay indoors, so there's lots of good stuff around that. I think it's technically YA, but a very accessible YA for adults, for anyone that maybe struggles with YA. I'm really enjoying it. I'm also really enjoying stopping to chat to you because it's giving me a wee break. Better get on with my run. Saturday morning walk with the pups. Lucy looks like she should still be in her bed. Don't look at me like that. If looks could kill, if looks could kill. Come on, this is me. Normally getting split by two hands. Two hands, two dogs. Wanting to go in different directions. Come on, ladies. Oh, these are so stubborn. So stubborn. Right, they wouldn't think I've got to start work in 10 minutes. So, better sort Patty. Well, it might be almost lunchtime and I've finally got fully dressed and all that because I finished my run and it was like right at the time I need to start work by the time I got back in the house. So I thought, that's my unbox. So I thought, I finished in about half an hour. I thought I'll quickly check in with you. Right, I'll just quickly log on, check there isn't any issues. So I logged on and I had to deal with work stuff. So about a half hour after my run dog walk, which had me logging on at 10, I was like all sweaty and couldn't like actually jump in a shower until I dealt with that issue. Thankfully a colleague was helping me. Dealt with all of that, finally got washed, showered, blah blah blah, changed, and then only just got round to doing my hair. So there's a slightly protracted getting ready process this morning. Shift ends in half an hour and then I'll head off and do fruit and veg top up from Aldi. Methinks I might sneak into TK Maxx, but don't tell the old age. I need to have something to eat as well. My belly's been a wee bit dicky this morning. I don't know if it's because I left it quite late to have my breakfast. Like I was going to have it after my run while I was working, but the time got away with me, so I ate at like 11 o'clock. Anywho's, I'll wait and see what happens. It might just pass. Do you know what I've remembered I have to do? So I was just on, I ordered, there was the Joni archive sale and I ordered a dress. I got carried away thinking that a wizard sleevey dress would look good on me, and I ordered it and it came and I didn't even try it on last night. I held it up and it's like about a foot too long for me and just not me. I'm not talking to you, Alexa. I think she's listening in. I'm actually going to change the voice to man because I've changed the voice to the other one to man because I don't like shouting at a woman. And I know it isn't. But anywho's. So I need to return that, so I'll do that Monday. I'm sending some books to some friends, so on Monday it's a post office day, so I'll need to prep stuff for that. And not that I'm counting down the minutes to when I can go out and get my stuff done. But I've got 10 minutes to go. So I've just finished work. Yay! And need to take these two on the lunchtime walk. Grab something to eat and then I'll head to the Lidl with you. Or Aldi, sorry. I'm just getting confused. But wait till you see this, right? I'm trying not to show. How cool is this? This is in our neighbourhood. I want one. I love it. It's amazing. It's so good. I actually currently look like I could fit in with that pumpkin family because of my outfit. Anywho, the sun is shining, which is more than it might be doing tomorrow because we've got a storm coming apparently. So walking these two lovely ladies and then grabbing some tea because I don't want to be going to Aldi hungry. It's a bad idea. Have I got to Aldi yet? No, because you know what I've started doing? Because I've hardly got any fruit and veg left, my fruit and veg drawer is a bit empty, and then all of a sudden I realise I need to clean it. You're one of those people, you just get distracted by other things to do. Anywho's, I had leftover dinner, so it doesn't look that appealing, but it's tandoori chickpea burrito, which I made last night, and actually left some. Bring you closer. And put you on my sink. And actually left. I've got my headphones on because I'm listening to the audiobook. Actually left like I made 4 burritos, which was only half the recipe. So I've got the tandoori chickpeas in the pan for the remaining half, and instead of like having tandoori burritos for dinner last night, lunch today and dinner again, I'm going to turn the tandoori chickpeas, I'm just going to keep them as that and have a curry instead. I think I'll do that. That was from one of my gusto recipes, which I liked, but I think that's the last of the gusto until next month. I just skip deliveries all the time, just to keep the cost of, maybe it's not impossible to keep the cost of food down, but honest to goodness, I did not plan on doing this. This always happens to me. Anywho's, I'll get this cleaned, back in the fridge, hang up washing. I've got a load of washing hang up there. Am I going to say hello to you? I'll pick this up. Say hello to you. Oh, Lucy! Oh, my baby angel. She's just like, what can you sniff and what can you eat? Lucy says hello. Patty's on the rocking chair over there. Aren't you, Patty? Hold on, I'll show you. You can see her. There she is. Patty cakes. My little peppermint. So, just waiting on the OH. Actually, this is fine. The OH is going to the post office. He's renewing his passport, so he wanted to get that off. So, clearly I can just sit down and read. I have to do something. I don't have to, it's just in my like DNA or something. Anyway, I'll go and get this done, and then I will take you at Aldi. I'm building this up like it's something exciting. I just need to get fruit and veg. I can't tell you how good it is to be back in a car. As much as I don't love, like, we're leasing this car for a couple of years. But after not having one for 2 or 3 months, just being able to come to your Aldi and all these places where you can get things a bit cheaper than just ordering everything online because you don't have a car. So I'm finally here. I also have a very shiny face. Don't know why that is. Who cares? I'm going to Aldi. Nobody cares. I'm just going to be look at her and her shiny face. Well, they might, but as long as they don't say it to my face, that's fine. So heading in, get my fruit and veg. Then I might pop to TK Maxx. But I'm finally here and I'm feeling a bit hot now. I can't get the temperatures right. It's 14 degrees today, so maybe I've picked the wrong jacket. Anyways, off to go. Christmas stuff is in. Well, let me have Halloween first. Where's Halloween? Oh, look at these. That's cool. I mean, I don't need any more Halloween stuff, but oh, is that all there's left? Christmas has arrived in TK Maxx. So I'm heading to the books now. Oh, and there's also the crafty bit. Oh, I don't do. Oh, there's a nice cross stitch one though. Ooh, a plant one. Ah, that looks like my name. Oh, a shortened version. Look at that one, season's greens. I've already got a Christmas one, I don't need it. But loving this. Get yourself a TK Maxx. Or I think it's called TJ Maxx in America. Right, books. Let's have a nosy at the books. Look at this. Any Taylor Swift fans. But also look at these. They're so pretty. Stunning. I don't know where to look. Oh, look at this. I'm not even a Jane Austen fan. Like, I don't mind Jane Austen. I quite like that one and this other one. Pride and Prejudice. But that's so pretty. There's more for any Jane Austen fans. Oh my goodness. Having some of that. There's Nora Roberts. Oh, look at that. This looks good. Ooh. Let's see. Oh, I think it's a recipe book. Yeah. There's actually some more fiction ones here. The Summer Place. I've seen people read that one, but I don't know. I think it's maybe too romantic for me. Block Party. I think that's supposed to be good. Is it a thriller? It's only £2.50. I'm tempted to buy it even though there's some more people. I like the stove. It's got a nice feel to it. I'm not an abbot. Well, I don't mind them. Do you know, I've never read Kathy Rice. Let me know in the comments if I should. Oh, I've got this book at home. I think I might have got it from here. What's this? No one is talking about. Oh, I think I've heard about that. Such a fun age. Some good books in the clearance. A Looney cookbook. Harlan Coben's Liza Taylor. I think I recognise this cover. Again, £2. Absolute bargain. I know it might be a bit early, but check these mugs. I think I need this. Look at this pretty. Such cosy scarves. I don't need any more. Don't need any more. And then wait, you see the pyjamas. By pyjamas I meant slippers. Got epic slipper game in here. I mean, look at these. I prefer booties. Also, whatever those are, mooncakes. Need? I don't. I'm just looking. And I popped in here and there was like, I don't have pierced earrings, but there's like, I'm waiting to see. Is this too much? I think I should get this for Christmas Day. That was a productive expedition. I actually picked up a book, but it's not for me. On Christmas Eve, me and the witch swap or gift each other a book, even though Trey doesn't really read, but I still try. Got him a book, so I got him a book for that, and later on I can pick up pyjamas. But it was the last one it was in, so I'll show you it later. I picked up vegan custard. The OH went and got mince pies from Greg's today. It's early, innit? Hey ho! And got him these. He likes. There's like a ginger cordial thing. They like sweet sparkling water. And I picked up an unnecessary discounted purchase on a slime cup. But I'll show you that later. Better head up the road. It's almost tea time. So I've just got the dinner on. I've got the rice in the oven. And while the OH is taking... Oh, I'm looking the wrong way, I think. Excuse me. So I've got dinner in the oven, got the rice in the oven cooking, and I've got the tandoori chickpea pretty much ready. Just need to heat it up and then put some naan on. But while the OH popped out to take the doggos a walk, it's getting quite dark already. I thought I'll quickly show you the book that I got him in the supermarket Tesco for his Christmas Eve new book. It's Politics on the Edge by Rory Stewart. Caveat, the OH is not a Tory. But Rory Stewart is a Conservative politician, but he co-hosts the Rest is Politics podcast with Alistair Campbell, who is a Labour, ex sort of Labour head of communications under the Tony Blair years and stuff like that. So the two of them do a really good podcast together. And this was, Rory came out with this book this year, and David does like his politics, so I thought maybe he might read this one. It says, over the course of a decade, Rory Stewart went from being a political outsider to stand in for Prime Minister before being sacked from a Conservative party that he had come to barely recognise. That's because they've went all right wing. And I might actually read this myself. Uncompromising, honest and darkly humorous, this is a story of the challenges, absurdities and realities of political life, instantly praised as a new classic and an astonishing portrait of our turbulent times. Actually, as a person, like, I might not agree with all of his politics, but Rory Stewart, unlike in America, like, opposition political parties, which I don't think in America you have an opposition. So, for example, the Labour Party recently got in the latest election. So the opposition party is currently a mix of Conservatives and Greens. So we have an opposition political party. So anytime in the Houses of Parliament where things are being debated, the opposition, at the moment the Tories, thank God, can challenge and or question, which is not, I don't think, how the American political system works. Anywho's, I'm hoping he likes that. And then check how dinky this little book is. The downside, size of the text. So I'm just about to buddy read this with my friend Cheryl on Instagram. It's The Exorcist. I think we agreed to buddy read this a couple of months ago. I got this second hand about 2 or 3 years ago, and I've been meaning to read it ever since because I do love the movie and I've never read the book. So starting that tonight. I've managed to get it through Libby on one of the libraries I'm a member of. So I'll probably do a mix of audio and physical. So those are 2 books that I didn't pick up. This one I picked up a year ago, but this one I picked up. And then I bought this unnecessary purchase from Tesco supermarket that I was in. It's a Slimer cup. I mean, I drink a lot of water as it is, but I managed to convince myself in the shop, because it was only a £5, that I would drink way more water if I had one of these. I don't need it. It went through its groceries. So essentially, I was about to say essentially an essential food item. I shouldn't be allowed to go to the shop sometimes. Well, it was very restrained in the TK Maxx book aisle. I did get a couple of Christmas mugs. I'll show you them tomorrow or Monday when the wage is out. Because if you've seen, I already have a stack of Christmas mugs in the loft. Anyway, how good's that? It's BPA, lead free. I would expect it to be lead free. The hell is it going to be made of if it's not? So far, this is my second. I'm having fizzy water. Unnecessary purchase, and I'm realising how dark it's getting, so I'm going to go and put all the lights on. and get the rest of dinner sorted. We're going to watch a horror movie tonight because 'tis the season, but I can't think what one. Not yet anyways. So I'll update you later on what we end up watching. Sunday morning, I've been up reading for a wee bit. I'll show you what I've been reading. Just Like Home, and I'm really enjoying it. Past the halfway, or maybe about halfway, past the halfway mark. So I've been reading that, but today, I need to maybe wash my face before I even start tea in the morning. Sorry, last night we watched Cobweb, which is a really good psychological horror, until it was ruined in the last 10 minutes. I say ruined, you might be okay with this, but see sometimes when they show the scary thing a bit too up close, and you're like, oh, that would have been scarier if we just didn't really know. So, but still worth a watch. Then, to lighten the mood, we watched, it's kind of like a comedy horror, but there's lots of like gore, so like it's kind of comedy gore. It's called Deadstream, so you kind of follow, I think it was a husband and wife duo who filmed this during the Panny D days, and you follow this kind of, it's kind of satirical spin on YouTubers. He does all these crazy stunts, so this one is going into a haunted house, and it's quite funny to watch. You just have to be alright with comedy gore. So it was Deadstream. So that was kind of fun. I needed something light, but then I went to bed, didn't really get, I think I got about not even 1% through At Home with the Horrors in my bed, because I would love to be the kind of person that could read for hours at bedtime. Nah. It doesn't matter how good the book is, doesn't even matter how good the movie is, if I'm watching it I will fall asleep. I think it's a little bit to do with my health and medication and stuff like that, and plus then I wake up super early, so this morning I've been getting into that. I'm 50% through At Home with the Horrors, and see, for someone that doesn't normally seek out short stories, I am loving this so much. I would highly recommend it. You can get it in Kindle Unlimited if you've got that subscription. If you hear a noise, I've got my air fryer on because today I'm also going to make myself some porridge. Today I am volunteering at Scotland's National Stop the War Conference, which is a kind of gathering of anti-war activists. Excuse me while I put some oat milk in my, I always need to shake it, in my porridge oats. So because I'm going to be out for the day, I need to fill my stomach, have my breakfast. So I'll have porridge, and I normally like put a bowl of frozen berries in the oven, in the fridge, so that I can just have that, and I have that underneath my porridge, which I have with maple syrup. But I need to bake a baguette so I can make something to take with me for lunch, because if I don't eat regularly or I pick up rubbish, my stomach will not be a happy tummy. So I'll make like a baguette, and normally what I put in that is like hummus, lettuce, tomato, maybe a couple of jalapenos if I'm feeling spicy. So I'll take that with me with some fruit. So I've got that to snack on, because the conference runs from 12 till 5. I need to be there at 11 to help, just do anything to help people register in, put them to their seats, navigate people, doing all of that. And so if it finishes at 5, I might not be able to get home until back at 6. So hopefully going to leave the OH dinner making instructions, mashing. What I'm doing just now is, see, at Christmas, to keep everything low maintenance. I don't normally buy a lot of processed stuff, but my stomach doesn't like it. But just for Christmas ease, I'll normally get a vegan roast. At this time of year, they're starting, like all the supermarkets are bringing out their different vegan roasts, so we're having a taste trial every other Sunday, or every Sunday. So I've got like a no turkey roast to try from Tesco, or there was other ones from Aldi, so I'll let him pick, and then he just needs to make potatoes and vegetables and gravy. All relatively simple, but we shall see. So that'll be this evening. We are due to get hit by Storm Ashley today in Scotland. So yesterday we covered up all the, well, we had to do that for winter anyway, all the garden furniture, and I've put anything that could possibly blow away. It's supposed to hit the west coast, which would affect like my mum and my sister a wee bit more. It's not like a hurricane or anything, this is just us entering into the usual storm season in autumn winter, so this will be our first one of the season. Kind of hoping it doesn't affect me travelling anywhere or, you know, anyone's house and fest. I think the last time, was it maybe February? Normally we're kind of relatively okay with storms, but our fence came down in February. Our neighbours were really good and helped put it back up and stuff because they're much handier than we are. Oh, talking of neighbours, we have new neighbours have moved in across the road, right? And the neighbours that lived across the road previously were a young couple. Unconfirmed, right? But based on me observing, they never ever said hello or anything. I did try, I always try. I mean, I'm all about getting friendly with your neighbours, but not too friendly, you know. So, and the neighbours on either side of us are lovely, and we kind of put each other's bins out and stuff like that. Or as you saw from one of my earlier weekend reading vlogs, a dog sat in and dog sat for when they were going out for dinner. Anywho's, so didn't really know them, but I was like, anyway, I think they split up and then sold the house. That's the vibe I got. But so there's been new people moved in, and I've tried to catch their eye. I go, no, but I didn't want to be like overbearing neighbour, you know, because that's a bit creepy. But they put this through the door yesterday. Oh. And it says, hello, we are Martina and James, and we are so excited to join the neighbourhood as the new owners of, I'll not insert the address. We look forward to getting to know you, smiley face. If you ever need us, please contact us. They gave us their mobile number. I mean, I thought that was slight oversharing, but so I'm keeping that there in case I need to contact them in an emergency. Now I'm thinking that you do the return thing of a little card to say welcome and then introduce us, maybe with my mobile number, because David's like, I want to give them a wee gift. I was thinking about that, but then they trumped me to it, and then some neighbours are just like, don't talk to me. So that's nice. How did I get onto that in neighbourhoods? Neighbours. No idea. Anyway, I'm going to finish making my porridge, have that, sort lunch for myself for later, snacky snacks, and walk the dogs because I'll need to leave here in about an hour and a half. Well, Sunday came and went, and I've got a whole load of stuff to chat to you around. I'm sorry I didn't jump on yesterday. Oh, I left about back at 10. I put some hand stuff on my hand. This is vegan and cruelty free. Double checking. Not tested on animals like you. Loopy Loo, say hello, especially for Paddy. He watches with the lovely Tracy. Likes Patty. Not a mega fan of Lucy. We can't like everyone. Oh, the beep there was I have something in the air fryer because I'm absolutely starving. So yeah, yesterday left about back at 10, got home about 6. Paid a ridiculous amount to park the car, but thankfully I did take the car because Storm Ashley was threatening pretty badly. So my trains would have been ski-whiff and I would have struggled to get home. It was a wee bit ropey driving home. So once I got in, I was like, not going back out again. But it was a very good conference. It was a Scottish National Stop the War conference for anti-war activists. There was about 130 people. There were speakers from Stand Up to Racism, the Palestinian Democratic Party, the Afghan Human Rights, Scottish CND, loads. So it was really good. It was really inspiring. But I was just there, like I was volunteering, so helping set stuff up. Oi! Oi! One of our YouTube fans is called Paddy. He's a Lapso Apso. Did I say that right? Let me know in the comments. I'm sure that's what you said to me. Cheeky McCheeky face today.
So by the time I got home, I was too blooming knackered. The OH Davido had made us a wee vegan roast, which was nice. So I didn't like to do that. Sat down and we watched Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. I feel like, why am I watching this entire series right now? But we've got so far, there's 12 of them. We've got so far in, like I feel like I need to complete it. Not like I do with books of DNF, but I'm like, what happened in this universe? Like at this moment in time, I have no idea what Jason is. Is he a sea monster? Is he like, what is he? And also like, stop visiting Camp Krystal Lake. And this one, it was like more like, wasn't Jason Takes Manhattan, it was Jason on a cruise. They are so bad. Like in the 80s, music is so bad. The 8th was also in the 80s. So pretty much part 1 to 8 were all filmed in the 80s. And I think the next one, part 9, which is supposed to be the final one, but it's not, is the first one that was set in filmed in the 90s. Anywho, I don't know why I'm doing it to myself, but last year we watched the Halloween universe of movies, which to be fair, there's quite a lot in that I quite like. There's some dodgy ones, but this one I do quite like. Watched that and did more of my haunted house cross stitch. Look guys, it's coming on. I'm getting there, I'm going to finish it. So I need to finish a bit of these fences, and then there's like a bit at the front, and then I think on either side there's like ghosts that I need to put here, and then a full moon. It's getting there, isn't it? It's getting there. This could be the first cross stitch I actually finish, and then I'll get straight back onto, well, I'll not get straight back onto my bookshelves one. I'll start a Christmas one. Anywho, so that was yesterday. Kind of came and went in a flash. It is already mid-afternoon on my Monday, my magic Monday, because I don't work Mondays, I do longer days. So I work full time. 4 days, Tuesday to Thursday, I wish, Tuesday to Friday. So it was a bit of a week. I feel a bit shaky. Do you know that way when you've not eaten like enough sugars and stuff? I'm probably on a sugar come down, because I did take some snacks to eat yesterday, but it was at the University of Glasgow's Union was the venue, and they'd opened the cafe and they had salty vegan caramel cake. So anywho's, did I talk to you about during the week I went to see, and I forgot to take any video, so here's me meeting Donna Porter. Here's also Donna Porter and Cecilia Aherne. Cecilia Aherne. So I originally went to this book event at Waterstones because of Donna Porter, and I'd read Honeybee and she was there to talk about the book. She signed it for me. And Donna Porter was wonderful. I enjoyed this book. I spoke about it in a previous wrap up. What would it mean? Maybe my September wrap up? I'll link it below. A lovely book about female friendship. I really enjoyed it. It's funny because Donna Porter's book, my favourite Donna Porter book to date is Cat Lady, which is the one before this. I didn't realise till I'd gone to see the author about this, is that this is the third time she writes about these two characters, Flo and Renee. I've just read it as a standalone and had no idea, so there's other books I can go in and try that out. I've read Cows and So Lucky by Donna Porter. I didn't like them at all. No shade if you did. I just didn't like them at all. So it just shows you there are authors who you might love or not a book, and then they surprise you. So alongside Donna Porter was Cecilia Aherne, who I've not really read any of her books. I think I've read Freckles because I think I got that as an advanced copy at one point or gifted it. And I know she's the author of P.S. I Love You, which isn't really my kind of bag anymore. And I wasn't really going to buy her book until I'd seen the cover and then read the synopsis. So this is a book, got it signed. Cecilia wasn't feeling very well. She had to leave the event pretty quickly after, like she was really sore throat and unwell, which was a wee shame. But also, don't judge me for this, right? I picked at it and now I've got a horrible bit. Oh, look, listen to Lucy making her bed. Anyway, listen to this. It's dead short, so it won't take me long, I promise. One night, it's a wild night in the middle of December, and GP Enya is crouched over a teenage boy performing CPR in the rain. One moment, the boy survives, but Enya's life splinters in two. Trapped in a loveless marriage, the storm propels her to break free. One chance to be free. But even in the remote country town that becomes her sanctuary, Enya is haunted by the night and the rain. Beneath an ancient tree that tells 1,000 stories, can she find the courage to face her own? So, like, from when Cecilia was talking about it, firstly, it's set in December, winter vibes, stormy. We've just had our first storm of the season. Thankfully, it didn't, like, it gives me anxiety, but thankfully, nothing was damaged here. It says, storm lies ahead of her, freedom lies beyond it. And it's blurbed by the likes of Karen Slaughter. A terrific story. I had me completely gripped from the very first page. It sounds like an amazing sort of, not a thriller, but has a thriller vibe. Set in a small town where there's a car incident that starts, like, and then just feeling lost, and oh, it just sounded great. Also, the cover is stunning, and I met the lovely Tracy who watches my videos here. Hi! And she was there too, and she bought this book, and we said hello and caught up very briefly, and we're going to buddy read this in December. See, I said it on here, so don't let me forget. So that'll be a good one to read. Also, Tracy has a dog called Paddy, like I mentioned earlier. So, hiya Paddy! Man, if one dog other than my two watch me on BookTube, made it. So that was the author event. I haven't got any others booked, so I'll need to keep a wee eye. Normally I just follow my local Waterstones or indie bookstores on like Instagram, and normally they have links to like Eventbrite or things where they've got, or newsletters to sign up. It's actually not that easy to find when book events are on in some local stores, so that's my kind of go-to. So I don't think I have any plan, but I'm going to keep an eye, because they're really reasonable, because I only paid £5 to go to the book event. You can pay £20 I think it is, and you get the book included. I ended up buying that book there, you know, supporting author and stuff, so I did that. Although now, because I've got hand cream on, I've got prints anyway. Then during the week, I just realised I stopped there and I've literally spoke to you for 10 minutes without recording. What I was going to say is I went to the library during the week. The library, one of the Glasgow libraries that I had reserved to pick up, which was at GOMA, the Gallery of Modern Art, which I like going to because there's exhibitions. It's an art gallery, plus downstairs is the library. Anyway, I went in because I was very excited that this book was in the library for me to reserve, and nobody else had really reserved it, so I've got it in time for spooky season. It's We Used to Live Here by Marcus Kliewer. And as far as I know, because I've seen this doing the rounds on Instagram, BookTok and BookTube, is you have a young couple who have managed to grab a like bargain on this old house in this remote neighbourhood in the mountains, and one day a guy comes to their door, chaps on their door, and says, "Hi, me and my family used to live here. Do you mind if I show them around?" Now at that point, given the title and the subtitle, which is "You let them back in, you shouldn't have," they kind of should have said no, but then there wouldn't be this book, obviously. So people pleasers that they are, let them in. Let that be a lesson to you. And all of a sudden they start to get this sense, like weird stuff starts to happen in the house, and the young couple, Charlie and Eve, I think they're called, who now own the house, are like, we need to get these people out. Anyway, stuff happens. It's not that simple. I don't know what actually happens because I've not read it, but I'm very excited to. and I want to be reading it this month. Says me when there's very little. I don't know what else he's written. It says Marcus Kliewer is a writer and non-stop motion animator. How interesting is that? His debut novel, We Used to Live Here, began life as a serialised short story on Reddit, where it won the Scariest Story of 2021 award on the No Sleep forum. Sorry. Film rights were snapped up by Netflix and it was acquired by Simon & Schuster in the US for publication, even before it had been extended into a full-length novel. He lives in Vancouver, Canada. Then, this was the only one I had to reserve. Ignore this, right? I picked it. And now it looks ridiculous. And I don't really wear makeup, so now it's just a horrible mark on my face. It may be there next week. Oh, I apologise in advance. Anyway, this one, I thought I'd recognise the title, although the cover was quite different. It looks like the cover is possibly like a TV or movie adaptation, which I hate. Excuse me. Which I hate, but I'd seen quite a few people post about this book, which looks like this here, but previously looked like that. Well, not previously, but like the other cover looks like that, which is what I thought it was. And then when I checked, because I couldn't get a signal in the library, and I checked, and it is the same one. So it's called The Quiet Tenant by Clémence Michallon. And it says, he took you and you have been his for 5 years, but you have been careful, waiting for him to mess up. It has to be now. It says the Quiet Tenant explores psychological impact. Oh, I've just jumped to the end, which makes no sense without reading the bit at the start. It said Aidan Thomas is a hard-working family man and a respected member of his community. He's the kind of man who always lends a hand and has a good word for everyone. He's also a kidnapper and a serial killer who has murdered 8 women, and there's a 9th woman, a woman he calls Rachel, imprisoned in the backyard shed where she fears for her life. Oh my gosh! That sounds even more exciting than I realised. So I had just seen the cover and I thought, oh, that sounds quite cool. Oh! Well, these sound amazing. I want to read them all now. Wish I could read faster and not have to work full time to pay for my reading habit and general life. Anywho's, 2 books are finished. The Invocations by Catherine, who's not Catherine, by Krystal Sutherland. She wrote House of Hollow, which I enjoyed but didn't love. And this one, wait till you see it. This is an Evernight edition that I got. Look at those spreadsheets. I mean, it's stunning, isn't it? It is stunning. And then it's also signed. It's a very lovely edition. I might gift it to my friend who really wants to read it and has been trying to get this. Signed in silver pen. Anyway, I picked this up because I liked the premise, which was there are 5 women dead and the killer leaves no fingerprints, no DNA, police are utterly stumped. And in a world where only women can use magic and the men who know about it seek to eradicate them, 3 damaged young women, 1 cursed, 1 hunted and 1 out for revenge, will team up to track down and take out the brutal supernatural killer. So there was loads of, so you've got Jude, Zara and Emer, sorry. And I think this is technically YA, although I think it's a really good YA in that you don't have to be a young adult to read it and appreciate it. This was more probably magical realism or fantasy than I would normally pick up. However, I found it really accessible. I thought the 3 main characters were amazing. I think Emma's the redhead. It has a lot of amazing societal commentary around women safety, not feeling safe, not being able to walk the streets, being hunted, whilst all set in a world where There's a number of women who have got magical powers. There's a young woman who is from a very wealthy family. It's kind of been ostracised, and then there's Emma, who's a cursed writer, and then there's, I think, Zara's the other one who has been tracking the murders since they began because her sister was a victim. It is really well written. I found it, as far as fantasy and sort of magical realism goes, it was very accessible for me, but I think if you love those genres, you wouldn't be disappointed either. I really enjoyed it. I loved it's sapphic as well, and I thought the representation was great. I just utterly enjoyed it. See if you love witchy vibes, check this out. Then today, I'm glad I left it till just now to record the end of this vlog, because I finished Just Like Home by Sarah Gailey. Honestly, I've convinced myself I'm drinking 3 times more water than I normally do. Probably a lie, just to justify myself buying it. But anyway, in this book we have Vera, who has gone home to her estranged mother who is dying, and the childhood home where she grew up, her dad had built, but her dad was a serial killer. So there's a lot to unpack there. Then things start to happen in the home, and I have heard a few people say that this is maybe a slow burn, or what, but it is slow in a way that I thought was really well done. So you start to, it flips between 2 timelines. So you have Vera now trying to sort of deal with her relationship with her mother and the probably nightmares and tragedy of a childhood home that she has left behind, and going back to that. That's where you have the second timeline where it's her when she's like about 11 or 13, between 11, sort of 10, 11, 13. And you start to understand what happened to her when she was younger, and about her dad and her mum. This is so dark. It takes a really unusual twist at the end, which I really liked. It was very atmospheric. Honestly, the writing was really great. I've not read anything else by Sarah Gailey. I did actually end up buying this one in the charity shop because I had this book from the library and I'd recognised it, and I thought I picked it up. It's very dark, it's very eerie, it feels quite gothic. And if you like a haunted house, sort of serial killer stories, I would highly recommend this. I really like Sarah's writing, and I thought this was pretty disturbing. Talking of disturbing, I've just started this. Finally, I got this second-hand a couple of years ago. I've never read it. Like, it's like a weird size. Like, this is a, well, I say normal size, whatever that is. This is like a standard paperback, and then there's like, so it's obviously got the film cover. It's The Exorcist by William Peter Blatty. I've never read it. I've watched the film numerous times. I adore the film, and so I'm starting to buddy read this. But like, tiny text. I'm starting to buddy read this with a friend on Instagram who lives close by, and early days, but I'm enjoying it. I have to say I managed to get a copy on audio from Libby, which is helping me read this because I struggle with tiny text. This feels like such hard work. Plus, I really need to get varifocals at some point in the future. And so, yes, that is me for another weekend reading vlog. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed tutoring around with me today. Apologies for not having too much chat with you yesterday. I don't think you would have thanked me for my rambles as a very tired ramble chat. But also, like, thank you for all the comments on my last video which I put up, which was a bit of a bookish ramble chat with some ideas and videos and stuff. So I'm actually going to use some of them to go off now and record my midweek video. And then I'll be using some of your ideas and recommendations for a few of our future videos. So thank you so much. It's always great to chat to you in the comments. So if you like this, please give me a thumbs up and or subscribe if you don't already. And I will see you next weekend. I will see you next weekend for another weekend reading vlog, where I will be going through to Edinburgh for a bookish day out with some friends. And you're coming with me again. Until next time, goodbye!